Hey traders, Jonathan here at forexschoolonline.com. I've thrown on the video because I want to cover a couple of setups that I've traded this week on the daily time frame. They're both with the trend and they're both very simple. Then the second part of this video, I want to cover over basically how I look at trading and how I analyze the markets and look for my next setup. Okay, so let's crack on with looking at these setups. The first chart I've got on here is the Australian dollar Swiss. You'll notice that we were in an uptrend. This is the daily chart. We were in a nice uptrend. We had a pullback and we got this bullish engulfing bar. Now, if I put a horizontal support line there, you'll notice that this actually formed at a previous and proven resistance. So we had price come up, touch resistance and fall away. I've marked this level and like magic, prices touch this level and form this bullish engulfing bar. So it's a pretty simple setup. It was with the trend. It was at a pullback area. I was at a swing low, and I simply took this long at the break of the high. You'll notice I've got this other horizontal line through here. This represents where I've taken my first lot of profit. I am still in the trade, but I have taken a fair chunk off because it was getting to Friday night my time last night, and I didn't want to be left with a full position over the weekend, so I have taken a fair chunk of profit. You'll notice where I set my first logical target. All these recent candles struggled to break through this high here. That then tells me that price could stall or find trouble again once it reaches there. So I simply set my profit a little of the way under here, so under this line, because I wanted to make sure I was taking out a profit. I've taken profit and now moved to break even the remaining position. So this trade has been locked in. I know a lot of the other traders over at the forum also have banked a lot of pips on this one. It was a pretty simple, pretty easy setup. The other setup I want to talk about is on the GBP Canadian daily chart also. This also was with the recent trend. So from left to right, we were going down. This was sort of ranging. This was a bit choppy. However, the overall bias, more than anything, was to the downside. We had all these candle highs, all these recent candle highs that were really struggling at this level, even as far as back here. So if we put a resistance line through there, we know that any chance the price does get back there, it's most likely going to keep struggling. Okay, so we had this candle. This first bullish candle, it was a very strong bullish candle, but once again, it was rejected, okay? It couldn't break through, and you'll notice we had the wick, it popped through, but it rejected. The very next candle, we formed this pin bar, okay? Now that was telling me that price had gone through, once again been rejected, and was now looking to sell off. So pretty simple setup. I simply set my order to take a break, and I sold short. Once again, the other level at the low represents where I've taken a fair chunk of my profit off the table before the weekend trading finished up. You will notice that all these candles, it's the opposite of what happened up at these highs. All these candles couldn't break through. Okay, they were going through. They couldn't close through. They were testing and being rejected, and this tells me all these little candle lows. This tells me that if price gets back, there's a fair chance that it's going to do the same thing. You know, pop through, but probably find support at this level. So all I've done is taken a fair chunk of my profit off. I've moved the rest of my position up to break even, and I've locked in a winning trade there. So pretty simple, with the trend at a key level, and played the trade smartly. The trades I'm looking for this week, I'm going to show you. I'm going to run through two charts. The first one is on the US dollar Swiss. Now, I have blogged about this and spoken about this chart a lot in the last week. I was looking for shorts originally. This is the daily chart. We had this very well defined previous support area. You'll notice all these candle lows. Now, these were important. Price couldn't break here, and we knew once price eventually broke through, there was a high chance, nothing sure, but there was a high chance that price would find resistance. Now, the reason we wait for confirmation, price action as confirmation, is because we don't want to be entered into trades when something like this happens. So we mark this line, we jumped down to our intraday charts and we were looking for some sort of rejection of this level. So something like a pin bar or even a bullish engulfing bar like this to let us know that price wanted to go lower. We didn't get that, okay, on the 4-hour chart. Now this is the daily chart. So now I've had to change the way I'm looking to play it. On the daily chart, price could still form a 2-bar reversal or a bearish engulfing bar, and I would look to get short with the recent momentum. So what I'm talking about could happen. Price could either form something like this, a bearish engulfing bar, or a 2-bar reversal, and I would still look to get short because price has closed below this level and it has shown rejection of this level on the daily chart. Now the other option is, if I jump down to the 4-hour chart, this level is still very relevant. Okay, it's very relevant. This level through here is still a level to watch. Now the other option on the 4-hour chart is if price continues to go higher come Monday and Tuesday, I will switch my what I'm looking for and start looking for longs. Instead of looking for shorts, I'll start looking for longs on the 4-hour chart only. I'll look for price if price does go longer, and then I'll look for price to retrace, and I'll look to get long at this same area. So something like a pin bar or a 2-bar reversal or some sort of other price action that's going to get me in a trade to go long. It's all about the area. Now this area is critical and I am watching to see what happens. We've just got to let the market play its hand and tell us what it wants to do and which way it wants to go. Okay, so that's it for the US dollar Swiss. Obviously I'll keep you informed on how I play it. If price action does form, if I take position. The last chart I want to cover in this video is a New Zealand dollar, US dollar daily. Now I did speak about this one the other day too, and there was a few questions, a few emails I got. I just wanted to cover in a video because some people do comprehend things and understand things a little more when I run them through in a video and I explain things a little clearer. You'll notice that I have a box on my chart, and the box, all the box represents is that price has been in a range. Okay, so the high and the low of the box represents where price is caught in a range. So you'll see I've got a line through the top and a line through the bottom. Now you'll look at price in between there. We've had bars that have gone to the top and candles that have gone to the bottom. They've rejected the bottom and they've rejected the top, and that's why it's a box. Price is caught in this range. Okay, we had one bar that faked out and went out the top, but other than that, price has been caught in a range. No candle has been able to break through and close outside either way. Okay, until this price box is broken, I'm not looking for longs or shorts. Once again, I have to let the market play its hand before I can look to get either way. So what I'm talking about here is if price opens this week and it can go lower and close, sorry, I'll just draw that again. If price can break out of this box and close lower and then goes lower, I'll be looking for shorts. Okay, what I'll be looking for is price to break lower like that, then retrace back up to this same level. The bottom of the box will then act as a resistance area, and I'll look to get short with price action from this level. Now the same thing, but vice versa, goes from the top. If price breaks through and closes through the top, I will look for price to go higher and then retrace back lower, and then I'll look to get long with price action that confirms here. I'll look to get long from this same level. So just be wary of these levels through this week. They are going to be vitally important. Okay, they don't always retrace back, but a fair amount of times, even if we're talking 2, 3, 5, 6, 12 months, price does eventually come back and test these areas. And the first time it comes back to test these areas, the move is normally extreme. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want to learn anything more or watch any more free videos about price action, jump over to forexschoolonline.com. We have plenty of videos, plenty of Forex educational articles, and we also have a Forex membership course that we do, an advanced price action course. It's also got an active community, so if you want to learn anything more, jump on over to forexschoolonline.com. I really hope you've enjoyed this. If you've got any questions, either send me an email or leave a remark underneath. I hope to see you in the next video.